Art Box Challenge. Let me explain. Okay, so the No Box Art Box Challenge was an innovation by my girl Jenna over at Jenna Gets Creative. I will link her channel in the description below where she explained it better than I can. But it's basically taking art supplies that you already have and matched it with art subscription boxes that is already been sent out or made public. Okay, so I like it because, I get to use some of those art supplies I don't get to use a lot. There are certain art supplies that I reach for a lot, and some of them I rarely don't. So that's one of the reasons why I like the No Box Art Box Challenge. Now, like I said, you're mimicking a art subscription box that has already been sent out. And the art subscription box that I am mimicking today is the Scrawlrbox March 2022. Okay, so I have here my subscription box. I had a mystery art box that I had made specifically for when I wanted to do No Box Art Box Challenge, but honestly I don't remember where I put that box, so we're kind of stuck with this plain white one here for the moment. But anyway, in the March 2022 No Box Art Box, you got a Renior Heart Move 3B pencil. I'll be substituting this with a Lyra Robinson pencil. This I got in a previous Scrawlrbox, I believe, and yeah, it's a pencil. Secondly, you got a Lyra soft color colored pencil in the color violet. This Renior colored pencil, fine art, number 57. And according to their color chart, 57 is also the color violet. Thirdly, you have a Copic Multiliner black point. The point nib is actually 0.3. And guess what? I do have a Copic Multiliner in black, 0.3 nib size. So lastly, the star of the show are the Marabou graphic markers in color 985, 987, 992, 988, 986, and 991. Well, I'm using my Ohuhu Generation 2 markers, and we're using G1, G5, CG2, CG6, GG3, and a BG7. Like the Marabou graphic markers, these are alcohol-based markers that have both a broad side and a fine side to it. So yeah. And thirdly, they also have a sketch pad with some smooth cardstock or Bristol paper. Well, as you guys know, I love doing sketches in sketchbooks, so I'll be using my marker paper sketchbook. This has in the Nina white bright cardstock, 110 pounds, 199 GSM paperweight. So I'll be using this sketchbook to represent the paper that was given there, which was a smooth cardstock. They didn't say what company the cardstock was or how many pounds it was in some of the research that I did, but maybe I missed it. So if you know what company or the strength of the paper they have in the Scrawlrbox March 2022, just please link it below. Help a girl out. Additions of the Scrawlrbox is that if it had a theme or a art prompt, to do the art prompt, and it did have a theme and it did have an art prompt, and that theme is bionic being. So yeah, let's get cracking. as you can see here, I am starting to test out my art supply. Believe it or not, I have never used that Lyra pencil before, so I really don't know what it's like. I'm pretty used to the marker Renior, so I'm okay with it. And I've never used that Copic Multiliner before, so yeah, I really need to start getting a feel for these art supplies. I've used the Ohuhus a few times, but again, just to kind of reacquaint myself with them, swatching them out, seeing what I'm doing. Here, I'm actually testing out the art supply because, like I said, for some of those I have rarely used or actually never used before. So I really want to know what exactly those art supplies can handle. I'm using the color pencil here to see what can go over it, what can go under it. I'm using the Lyra pencil here to see what can go over it, what can go under it, what smudge, what takes it, what it resists. And all in all, actually all the art supplies actually works together. I'm doing the same thing here with the Copic Multiliner. It doesn't smudge the markers or the colored pencils, as you can see. So now let's hop into our illustration. Now I have made an amalgamation of reference here. So there was no one reference that I used for my bionic beam. Believe it or not, I am not really good at drawing robots. Is it an epic failed? Maybe, but I'm not really good at them. So I've used a bunch of reference here for this little guy. And all in all, you'll see me made a few slumbers, going in there with the Lyra 3D, trying to not trace but draw and have a feel for what kind of little guy I want. As you can see, I'm measuring the arms briefly, and I am trying to let my little guy wave at you to say hi, how you guys doing? Now when it comes to robot legs, I wanted to try this thing that I saw in a reference where the robot actually had wheels for legs, which I thought was really cool. And I wanted to try that out. It took me a little try to get in there. The arms were super okay for me, and all in all, it was a good fun. Now I think I'm going after the head now. I wanted to him have like a chopper or a chomper kind of head and the one eye. I didn't want to complicate my robot too much, so yeah. Now I'm doing the line work with the Copic Multiliner 0.3. And you know what? This was actually a very fun liner. I noticed early on where I made my first mistake, and I'm okay with it. Thank God I used my sketchbook and it's not something I'm gonna put on my wall. And I made a couple diversions. I can see where this multiliner is a little too thin for me. So I am trying the best I can. I'm so scared of going back over those lines to kind of thicken them up with this, just for the fact that I am scared that I might miss something or might put a line out of place where it's supposed to be. So yeah, this is a one line approach. Maybe later on I might go over it with a thicker line to try to thicken some of those lines that I really want thickening. And I'm drawing my little robot belly here, and right after this you'll see me go in there with the kneadable eraser. That's the only thing I added, guys, to this sketchbook was a kneadable eraser so I could erase my pencil line. I purposefully did my wheel this way to kind of create some kind of texture on the wheel. And I went back in there. I've always wanted the arm to be double G1, which is actually warm gray 1 in a Ohuhu line. And even though this particular Ohuhu generation doesn't have the markers named, it does have it numbered. And now I'm going in there. I believe this was cool gray. No, this was GG3, which is green gray 3 in the Ohuhu line, and I'm trying to do that for the body. And I also believe I did that for his head. I used the green gray number 3. And I'm trying to line it off, trying to space it off, you know, trying to be consistent with my strokes, doing some of the things that I saw other art YouTubers use. And the medium body, now the middle body is actually cool gray too. And I'm using the warm gray 5 here to try to create some shadows on the arms. And now I'm going in there with the colored pencil. Guys, this was a lot of fun, even though it took so long to do. I was so amazed. I'm using the color pencil for the parts that I believe would be the glass portion of my little robot, which is his eyes and his little belly inert, just to kind of show, and that I actually tried to see how I could make the glass look kind of reflective. Guys, this was a lot of fun. Let me catch you in the end. Okay guys, I am finished. I actually enjoyed it, even though it was a very lengthy process. I like it. I mean, I could have done a little curvier on the jaw line, but all in all, you know, my little guy looks kind of fun. Waving there, you know, in all his robustness glory. He's actually kind of cute. I kind of enjoy him. Let me know what you think of my little guy in the comments below. Did I succeed in this art prompt? Did I do a bionic bean? I'm sure I would have taken you through that entire process, from testing, you know, from swatching to testing to drawing to rendering and all the process in between. And sorry about that. Yeah. Like I said, let me know in the comments below what you think of this. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey, my bionic bean. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.